What's happening, people? Back again. I hate traveling on the tubes, all the trains. Um, I'm literally sat outside one of the tubes because there's so many people getting off to go through the ticket office to, scan your Oyster, tap your credit card, all that kind of stuff. There's so many people. There's even a rush hour when you're coming back home and it's congested and you're literally walking so slow and people are pushing into you. I can't stand taking the tubes. Unfortunately, it's the only way I can do to get to the office. But I'm just tired of it. Just going on the tubes, you got people there coughing. It always feels like someone's ill, and they always seem to sit next to you. They don't cover their mouths. It's coughing. You're like, oh, like today, I was on the tube in the morning, and someone's eating a Snickers bar. But you know when someone else eats a chocolate, it just stinks. Like the guy's sweating. I'm like, yo, it's not even 8 yet. You eating a Snickers bar? That's another topic. But like the mannerisms that people do, the way people operate on the tubes, I hate having to hold on to the bars and it feels warm because someone's putting their greasy hands on it. God knows what they touch. You see people picking their nose, snorking, is it snorking the right word? Like coughing up phlegm, snorting. I can't think of the word, but coughing up phlegm. And you just think, oh man. And there's one guy that was because obviously you can't get a seat when you're coming back, so you're just like literally standing on top of people. And like there's one guy is like stinking of BO, like he's got his armpits right there in my face. I'm like, oh, there's no way he can really move. It's just traveling like that. It's bad enough having to travel to commute to work in the first place, but having to go for that palaver with people that you don't even know if they've had a wash or showered. Do you know what I mean? Cleanliness isn't on their priorities. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just the miserable looks that people give you, if they give you anything. Plus the whole thing of when I sit down on a tube, a lot of people, when I do get a seat, they won't want to sit next to you because it's like, well, they call it polite racism because they're fearful of their lives, it seems, sitting next to a black man. Do you know what I mean? And then I notice when someone does eventually sit next to me and they get off, the other person will sit there because they've figured out, oh, right, sat next to him and he hasn't tried to attack you or anything. He hasn't robbed you or taken drugs in front of you, so he must be safe. So all that kind of nonsense. On the other day, I got on the train and someone asked, oh, is this going to Paddington? And I was like, yeah, it is. Like, and it's like, thank you. They get on, they're asking someone else, yeah, is it going to Paddington? It's like, yeah, it is. Like, oh, thank you. I was like, well, I told you, I was pretty sure it was going to Paddington. What, does my opinion not matter? These are the things, man, I experienced. Plus, like, I put £20 on my Oyster. It goes within, like, the second week. I only commute 2 days, but it's going within the third day of coming to work. I'm scanning it. You got the red light. You got the green light, means it's okay. You're scanning it on the ticket thing, and it's going red. Like, what? The 20 quid's gone already? Jesus, like, bro, I just put in £20 last week. I'll have to put another score in this week. Man, I just, yeah. I'm not a fan. I prefer the buses. I do prefer the buses. You just know where you are with the buses. I just can't take that. It's hard to take for my commute to work. Then you got the delays. So you're like, what's the money paying for? You'll be on there, still traveling, then it just stops. And you just don't know how long it's going to be. So you're just literally waiting there, thinking, okay, we're going to move 5, 10, 20 minutes. That happens often on my route. I take the Northern Line. I don't know about what line, let me know what line you guys are taking, but I'm taking the Northern Line. I've noticed as well, some of these lines I don't really like, and I think people operate differently on different lines. I know Hammersmith and City Line, I prefer the people in the Hammersmith and City Line. They seem a bit more cordial. The Bakerloo line, the interior sucks for the Bakerloo line. But is it one of the oldest ones? I don't know. Jubilee line, I haven't taken that in ages. When I used to live in Kilburn, I used to take the Jubilee line. Northern line sucks. Then you got the Victoria line, which I don't really get to. I've probably taken that 2-3 times in my life. Piccadilly line, you got mad people on the Piccadilly line. Central line, Central line, I don't know. Central line's boring actually. It's a boring line. You got one end which is, I think it's is it Ruislip, West Ruislip? The other end you got Epping Forest and stuff like that. It's a very long and boring, tedious line. But it's funny how all the lines seem to have their own characteristics, I've seen. But yeah, I just find it really just depressing. It gets your mood down when you're traveling on these tubes. Everyone looks depressed. They're even on their phones. They just look weird and just sad with their lives. And it feels like no one wants to be there. People are waking up, you know, like they're trying to wake up. They're still sleeping. And it's just a daily commute. Like, how the hell did people do this 5 days a week? I used to have to do these things 5 days. Like, do you ever think to yourself, how the hell did you do it? 5 days, man, 2 days a week, and that's much. Doing this 5 days a week, this daily commute, being as expensive as it is. I don't know how we do it, but guys, I literally don't know. So shout out to the people that did, man. I always look around, I think, I'm not peed off with the fact that I can't get a seat. I always think, well done, man. We survived another week without getting fired. Well, maybe some of these people are getting fired and they're coming home. I don't know. You know. But I just yeah, I don't like it. Let me know if you guys prefer, maybe some of you guys prefer taking the tube or the train, prefer it to the bus. If I could cycle, I was cycling to work back in the day, but then my bike got nicked twice. My bicycle's got nicked. Which is obvious, being in London, that's going to happen. It's so ridiculous, isn't it? You have to worry about things like that. Oh, yeah, then you got to worry about people going next to you. And, like, I don't know if you get this, but I think, have they taken my wallet? You know when someone, like, brushes past you, like, really next to you? I'm thinking, yo, like, have they taken my wallet? Like, I have to check. Sometimes you're in front. I've had this, man. And, like, you're next to a girl and you, like, nearly brush up on her because it's so tight. And I'm, like, thinking, please, you know, I'm not trying to do no harassment or nothing. Don't do no claim on me. Like, I can't move. And people aren't smart enough, or they just want to get on the tube. They don't think, like, you know, the tube is packed and the people are waiting to get on. And literally people are like spewing out the seams of the tube and other people still trying to get on. Remember one time I shouted like no more, like, what do you want us to do? Climb on each other. I remember I did this back in the day. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Like, there's no more people that can fit. Use your loaf. I know you're in a rush, but use your loaf. You know? Then you got, when it is space, you got these idiot kids doing, you ever see them when they're playing the music loud, or they're doing like pull-ups on the bar, like. I saw these kids the other day doing pull-ups. I think, yeah, that's immaturity for you, man, these millennials. But yeah, these are the daily things I go through traveling on the tube, man. Let me know what you guys go through, man. If you think it sucks just like me. Maybe it's a me thing, I don't know, but I can't stand it. Let me know, people. Be interested to hear what you guys think about traveling on the tube or the train. Do you have a preference? Do you prefer to travel on the tube or the train? Which line is your preference? It'd be easy to... I'd like to know what kind of tube lines, people in the UK, obviously, what tube lines you take, you know. And hey, people abroad, how's your travel service? Let me know, man. Leave in the comments below. And I'm gone. Peace.